Hey, hey, hey! Good evening, guys, or good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time of the day you're listening to this. I am sending my greetings to you. And yeah, happy new month. Okay, I know it's been a couple of days already in February, but this is the first time you're listening to this podcast in this month. So, happy new month! It's February, guys, and February is, in society, of course, is like the preparation for Valentine's, like a love month. You know, everybody is confessing loves. A lot of people will propose and be proposed to. A lot of people will be broken hearted. Some people will lose what they should keep the most. A lot of stupid things happen in February, and a lot of wonderful things happen in February. I personally like Valentine because I now have a partner, and apart from that, before I have a friend that, made me to appreciate Valentine. There's nothing wrong in the fact that a particular day of the month in a year is like picked to appreciate love widely. So it's just a wonderful thing, just showing love to many. I just feel like married couples, truly engaged couples, are the ones to celebrate brand. Like, I feel like they're the ones to be doing all the posting and the ones to be doing all the love cakes and everything. Because if you're not sure of your partner, please don't do it. Because it's like memories that don't leave the internet. Imagine all the Valentines you did with your ex and they're still out there. Now you're not married to somebody else. So if you're not really sure of the person, just don't do it. But if it's like family, if it's like really good friends, then yeah, sure, I'm not against showing of love to that. Go ahead. But if you're not sure of the person, like you guys have not discussed marriage, please don't go and start post say, oh, my baby boo, happy Valentine. It's no use, okay? There are gonna be real Valentines with the real ones, your OGs. All right, so if you've seen the topic, if you've seen the about the podcast something, you would notice that my episode is like about pretense. Okay, it's like let's play pretend. And why is that my topic? Well, because it's a game society played, guys. You're a part of society, so I'm telling you, we've been playing a game called Let's Play Pretend, and it's getting to a point in my head where I feel it's going to boil over. Like, it's just too much. It's just too maddening that a lot of people call themselves your friend, and then when it comes to doing real stuff for you, they do not. A lot of people will say, oh, I'm your boss, and then they just don't even do what bosses should do. Imagine you're working with someone and the person still delegates his own duties to you. That's just being fake, okay? The title is not just for fun. Let's stop doing all that. Maybe someone doesn't understand the meaning of pretense, but I had to Google it. I saw different definitions, and the verb one is like, it's to behave as to make it appear that something is the case when in fact it is not. So it's a behavior somebody pulls or somebody does to make something appear real when it is actually not real. So I will pretend to be your friend to make you believe I'm being your friend, but I'm in fact not your friend. Or I will pretend to care about what is going on in your life when in fact I actually do not really care. And that behavior is maddening, guys. For me, I do not like that role play. I don't like that you're only fitting in that role when it suits you. Like, human beings are selfish, okay? Like, I think by design, by nature, not design, because God did not want that in the field, but yeah, we're like selfish. And so it takes real effort on our part to be selfless. Without Jesus, it's only when you're in Christ that you're not a new creature. So without Jesus, there's an extra effort a person has to put to become a selfless person. So an unbeliever has to, I don't even like using the word unbelievers, because you'll be shocked that some people that churchgoers are also unbelievers. So let's go with people that do not believe in, that are not Christ lovers, okay, Christians, the real Christians, OGs. And some people that don't really have faith and stuff, they have to put extra effort in being selfless. They have to put extra effort to care real enough for the other person. And I just want to expose them. So, like, my podcast is an exposure. Or maybe you thought because I started with love, you thought I was going to talk about something love. No. Well, it is love, because it's love when you truly and genuinely show love to somebody else. It is love when you truly and genuinely care about somebody else, that you won't fake it. Imagine I'm talking about, okay, me now. I post something on my status and I, in my innocence, I'm just really happy about it. Like maybe it's just something that happened to me and I'm just really happy about it. And then somebody that hasn't talked to me for months or years, or only comes into my DM when they have a question to ask, enters into your DM because of your status, and what they are doing is not, congratulating or asking you about it. They attack you instead. Like they're like, are you even sure that's real? Are you even sure it's true? I heard so and so. I don't think. Like, hold up. Like, you don't know me. Like, you don't talk to me. And the next statement you hear is because I care about you. Because, I care. Like, you don't care about me. If you care about me, it's not just because you see that you would do that. I really feel like some words should not be used carelessly. The word love, for me, I don't say it anyhow, because I feel when I say I love you, I want you to know I mean it. There was a point when I was a teenager, I really despised, I'm using the word despise because it's strong, people that cry because they got brokenhearted. I couldn't understand. It's really painful. Heartbreak is painful, but you guys exchanged some words carelessly and then it happened to result to whatever happened and you're crying about it. I'm just like, I just didn't like them. So that was that point. But now I'm getting to, now I'm growing and I can see that not all human beings have a same frequency of thinking. Some people have to just be the other side. So anyway, that game, pretend, it's just not necessary, guys. Like, if you want to be somebody's friend, just be the person's friend. Let's just stop playing pretend. If you only have 5 people in your group, have just 5 people in your group. Like, it's not by force to be friends with this person. So I'm going to just spill the tea here. I have friends, like close friends, yeah. And some are not, I just really have 3 friends or 2 safe that are really close. But when I did something silly, I'm like the connecting thread to all these people, and then I made all of them come into one box. And after a while, I realized that these people were not friends to each other, but they were friends to me. And so I had to just scatter that box, because the truth was we were playing pretend. Everybody was pretending with each other. We're pretending to care about each other. But when it comes to the real OGs, why do I keep saying real OGs? Maybe I just watched one Black American movie. But when it comes to the real thing, like being there for each other, we weren't. Okay, minus me. I tried as much as possible to be there for each and every one of them. For the ones that I'm really close to. But there are some that, no matter how you try, there's some you're just a role player in their life. Like, they've already put you in a particular box. And so you cannot step out of that zone. So I don't have issues with that. So apart from that, those friends that I have, each of them were just not, I don't know whether they were trying to please the fact that we're connected, but the truth is nah. And all in all, when we finally came out, some of them realized they actually had no friends, like really close friends. Some of them realized that these people that I've been calling my friends are not really my friends. So a lot of things just exposed, and I'm just like, come off it, guys. There's no harm in not being friends with your own friend. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, A is friends with B and C. And so B feels like because B is friends with A, he or she must also be friends with C. No, please, no. Let A be the only one that is friends to both B and C. B be friends with A, C be friends with A. You guys don't need to be friends with each other. It doesn't have to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it just doesn't. So don't force it. Like, relationships are very, very vital. God even values relationship. He wanted a relationship with us. That's why he sent his son to die for us in the first place. And he sent his only one son. Like, do you know how much love that is? So if God can do that, I don't think we should force it. It should come naturally. And just when you're forcing things, it just becomes fake. It's fake, guys. It's fake. So this February, when you are going to give somebody flowers, or going to give somebody a present, or going to tell somebody I love you, just don't do it, okay? Don't force it. If you know that in the next 3 weeks you're not going to even talk to that person, or in the next 3 months, in fact, if you're really not going to see a future with this person, really avoid doing too many things. Don't put yourself too much in the public. I'm suffering from something like that. Okay, I'm not suffering because the person I'm with, I'm very sure of the person. So no, I'm not going to add that. But regardless, I don't post as much, but when I post, I post. And this relationship I'm in is my first relationship. And so because I was a bookworm person in school, a lot of people feel like I'm so naive about relationship, and so they need to school me. And it's annoying because the people that are trying to school me feel like they're coming from a good place. But when in fact, it doesn't sound like they're coming from a good place to me. It just feels like they're telling me to my face, you don't know anything. I know better than you. And that's how I'm reading it. I'm sorry to them if that's not how they wanted to put it out there, but that's how I'm reading it. So this person came into my DM to tell me what she heard about my relationship. And the truth is, you heard about it from somebody else, like from a second or third party. And you didn't bother to find out if whatever that person said was true. You just came into my DM to advise me on my relationship based on what you heard. So that thing really pissed me because the next statement was all about you should be careful. You are this, you are that. Basically, you're just telling me, Sean, you don't know anything. Me that I've done this before, I'm telling you now that you should. I don't think this is because this is your first relationship. You don't really know anything. Don't worry, mistakes are allowed. Do you get you don't trust me enough to know that for me to have waited this long, before I got into a relationship, do you really think I would not take necessary steps to make it work? So it just hurts me in a painful way, and I just realized that so many people don't know that what they call caring is not caring. Even me, I'm still working at it. I thank God for Jesus that has, allowed the old nature of selfishness to have left me, and being able to be selfless has come back to me, because I will not deny I am a selfless person, at least to my friends that I know of. I was so selfless that it affected me personally, and then God now introduced somebody else that was able to show me love back, and then I was able to get him. That story tea for another thing, and God has been on a journey with me for a very long time. But regardless, this February, this first week, or whenever you're listening to this podcast, I just want you to really understand what love is to other people, what care is to other people. If you're going to share an advice to someone, it should come from a place of understanding. It should come from a place of experience. It should come from a place of you loving that person. I feel like when you're giving advice, not just be based on what you hear. You should also do it based on what you know, based on what you found out for yourself, because some informations are very, very fragile. You don't just dish it out like that, especially if you know that this information is sensitive. Okay, so let's just stop playing the game, pretend, forget society. They let them force it. They should be forcing it on themselves. But for people that listen to my podcasts, and people that would listen to it, and people that would interact with you, my listeners, please do not force it. Okay, so thank you guys for listening to this episode. If I have talked a lot and did not make sense, forgive me. It's just but I want you guys to enjoy Valentine. I hope you really get gifts, you get told again that I love you or I choose you, whatever. My own guy has not asked me to be his Valentine yet, as at this moment. I feel like he thinks it's a given because I'm his partner. I'm reporting him more. I feel like that should not be public knowledge. But regardless, I love him. So yeah, enjoy Valentine, guys. I don't know if I want to even post anything about Valentine. I'm not married yet, so maybe someday during marriage. But remember that my friend that is almost married, I should ask him what he did for Valentine's, right? Don't worry. I would ask him and I'll come and share with you guys. But till next time, stay blessed. God bless you. Bye. Yeah. Follow, share, like, comment. All those things that vloggers do it for podcasters. Let's push podcasting forward. In Nigeria, we have a lot of people that do podcasts, guys. So let's really push it forward. So listen, comment on Spotify, in my Q&A section, put an answer there. Send to my mail, I don't know why they don't allow us to have mail responses, but I should have. Or my Instagram. Yeah, Curious Intern is on Instagram, so we could do that. Yeah, I think on Instagram you could always DM. Yeah, so check out Curious Intern on Instagram and DM her. DM her your questions. Okay? So on Instagram, follow, like pictures and stuff. This also, someday you would see the face behind the microphone. Bye.